So cleansing, would you not recommend a juicing diet? I've heard a lot of people, lose a ton of weight cleansing with just juice.
Yeah.
Obviously there's no flesh in that. But is there any benefit to just juice cleansing?
There can be at times, for sure.
Okay.
And I think juice, when it's done right, organic, sourced well, and everything is a wonderful product.
Yeah.
It's something though that a little goes a long way.
Okay.
And it really comes down to food. I've dealt with a lot of people that have, challenges. And for me, eating cooked foods, again, not overly cooked to perfection. So whether if it's, you may like your steak like medium rare,
yeah.
I may like it medium well, just depending on the person's situations. I may been prone to, parasitic infections or something like that. So I want my meat a little more cooked for that reason. It's delivered more digestible for me. When it comes to vegetables, what vegetables are you eating raw, and are you cleaning them properly? Are you ozonating the water to make them, pure, so you don't hook up? Yes, to treat it so it removes any sort of bacteria, bugs, that kind of thing. Looking at these things and being able to clean up all these ways that you've been introducing food into your body. Mm-hmm. And meat, depending on how often you eat it, I think it should be consumed because there's a health quality to it. Whereas in, you mentioned juice.
Yeah, juice.
And I think juice is, certain cleanses in conjunction with things, and it can take the burden off digestion for a while, especially if someone feels like they're battling like a flu symptom or a cold or something like that. Let your body reclaim some energy away from, the process of digesting something that's hard.
Right.
I would never eat.
It's actually really helpful to give the organs a break.
Exactly.
Like your stomach. Have you seen bodybuilders when they eat tons and tons and tons of food? Their organs legit get no break. They wake up in the middle of the night to refeed at 2 a.m. Those organs must be exhausted, right?
Exactly. It's just it's a nonstop just bombarding of everything. So your system never really, the best anti-aging thing we could ever possibly do is take the quality of our sleep and make it even better.
Okay.
Because that's when everything is regenerating. And so when we look at detoxification, if we stop eating at 8 o'clock and we don't eat to say 10:30, 11, even as somebody goes as late as 1 o'clock the next day, we're allowing our body to regenerate and remove some of those dead cells. We can even take it a step further in the fasting, which is it works well for certain people, but not everybody.
Okay, yeah, let's get into fasting. How would we use that to cleanse?
Well, if we the big autophagy standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. The only problem that I see with it is if the number one thing is muscle mass. You want to maintain a certain amount of muscle mass, and if you're doing these fastings, I think a 48-hour fast that I have found working with people and even myself has been the most advantageous in terms of the benefits you get from it. Any longer than that, I don't see a huge benefit in most cases, because you lose muscle mass. Whenever you lose muscle mass is really the mainstay of the foundation of health when you're looking at the body, and then keeping the system operationally clean, so and you have a big awareness. I know that whenever you change your diet, whenever you've done a cleanse or anything like that, you have more awareness of your system.
Yeah.
And no one can teach that to you. That's something you learn yourself.
Yeah.
And with that information, you only build more and you want more. It's something that hey, I need to learn more about myself. And it's a healthy thing. Mm-hmm. Where there's a lot of people that think that that's unhealthy. It's almost like stepping outside the norm of the box that we live in. But that's really what I've done my whole life is learning. I had such a severe disease that they gave me medical drugs for. And I finally realized at a young age, either I'm going to have to continue to take these drugs the rest of my life or have an operation to have parts of my colon removed. So I turned to what I felt was going to be the answer. That was nutrition.
Yeah.
And I spent so much time learning about what was interacting. Well, that was giving me a runny nose. That was giving me diarrhea. So I just took all that information, I tabulated it up, and I kept building upon that till I finally got to something where I could actually heal myself.
Yeah.
Where there was no direction, no understanding, and I was even frowned upon for making that step. And a lot of times when people out there struggling with certain ailments, they think that it's a pharmaceutical deficiency.
Right. Like I need medication. I need something to help me out with this issue. Yeah.
And we live in a time where there's such a mass marketing, profit-driven pharmaceutical push that we lose the insight of our own knowing of what we should be doing and having access to the things that can actually heal us, and not only heal ourselves, but help us educate others to heal.
If you believe information like this should be out there for people, quickly leave a like on this video. If you're a person on their self-development journey in their health, wealth, and freedom, subscribe, because we're one tribe, baby. Let's go.